So far, we've learned about how to identify proportional relationships, how to find the constant of proportionality, which is your slope, and the third part of this standard is to actually take that proportional relationship and graph it now. Okay? And to start off, we're going to be given a problem here. It says the Anderson family, they're going on vacation. They are able to travel 275 miles on 11 gallons of gas. We have been working with this enough to know that that is not in the form that we need. We need to figure out how much they can go on 1 gallon of gas, because that is the definition of a slope, is how much for one. So we need to divide the number of miles per, which means divide, gallon. This is what you will do also. And if they can go 275 on 11 gallons, then they can go 25 miles on 1 gallon of gas. That is all we need right now. Actually, I don't even need to go any further than that to figure the equation out, because as soon as I find my y divided by my x, my constant of proportionality goes right in front of the x on the equation, which means if I do not have any gallons of gas in my tank, guess what? I'm not getting very far. As soon as I have 1 gallon, I can go 25 miles. 2 gallons will get me or them 50, and 3 gallons will get them 75 miles. If I kept going, this 3 would eventually add up with the 275, right? Okay, so to graph, you guys kind of already know how to do this. You can take from a table coordinates. This is basically just another way of saying, well, 0, 0 is a coordinate. If my x is 1, my y is 25. If my x is 2, it's 50. And if my x is 3, it's 75, because remember, when we graph coordinate plane ordered pairs, it goes in alphabetical order, like x comma y, right? And so I have a graph already set up for me. And this is my independent variable, because the number of miles that I go depends on the number of gallons. So this is my y. And I'm going to go ahead and graph this. And because I know it's going to be proportional, I expect to see a straight line through the origin. And if I don't, I did something wrong. So let's plot that 0, 0. Okay. Let's plot that on 1 gallon. Oh, there's my cat. Get down, buddy. On 1 gallon, I'm going to be able to go 25. Oh my goodness. Hi. You guys are getting a little treat. This is Shadow. Come on, buddy. Oh my God, you're cracking me up. That's so funny. I'm not even going to stop and record. I'm 2 minutes in. Let's go. 2 gallons is going to get me 50. And 3 is going to get me 75, which gets me right here, right in the middle. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect that. And I'm going to see my straight line through the origin, which is what I expected to get. And that is how you graph a proportional relationship. It's about as easy as you expected it to be, right? So let's take a look at our next example. You have this same piece of paper in front of you, and it says that you can go to the school store or whatever store, and you will get 3 gel pens, and you'll pay $4.95. Now, it didn't come right out and tell me how much it costs for one, so I have to figure that out, which is where I'm going to take my calculator, and I want to know, I got to know what number to punch in first. Remember, I want to know my cost per pen, which this is going to be my cost, which is my y, because if you are always going by y divided by x, because what I want you to notice is that we have a blank graph, and so we're going to get a little practice filling that in ourselves. So if this is my cost, my x-axis is going to represent the number of pens. You guys are filling that in. And this is going to be my x, which is, in this case, the number of pens. This is good practice. And my y is going to be my cost. Okay, so let's figure this out. If I pay $4.95 per, or for 3, that means divide, I'm going to find that it's $1.65 for 1 pen. That is my unit rate. That is my constant of proportionality. That is my slope. They mean the same thing, you guys. And so as soon as I have that number, I know that it's $1.65 per pen. I'm going to put that unit rate, that slope, right in front of that X. And then I'm going to use this calculator, and I'm going to say, well, if I don't go and buy any pens, then I don't pay any money. But as soon as I buy one, I'm going to pay the school store $1.65. And as soon as I pay 2, I'm going to take that $1.65 and say I got 2 of them. So this is going to be $3.30. And then I'm going to add another $1.65. This is you kind of using this calculator to help. But guess what? I already knew what that was because this was my $4.95 for 3. Which then, you know the drill from here. If I don't buy any, I don't pay anything. 1 is $1.65. 2 would cost me $3.30, and 3 would cost me $4.95. And then if the purpose of this whole lesson is to graph it, you're going to start at this 0, 0. Okay, so I got to figure out what to put on our axes here. Well, this Y value, I only need to go up to $5. So I guess I could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I even could go, let's say 1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect. Sometimes you want to use as much of that graph as you can, so we just spread this out a little bit. So I'm really going to take each increment by 50 cents and make this $1, this 2, 3, 4, and 5. Otherwise, I'd have kind of a smushed graph. And so this, now I'm using all of this. I probably could even relabel this to make these bigger, but whatever. So I don't buy anything. I don't pay anything. 1 would cost me $1.65. You guys, it's not going to be perfect, but I know that halfway between 1 and 2 is $1.50. So I'm going to put this maybe like right about here. 2 pens are going to cost me $3.30. Well, if this is $3.50, this is going to be about $3.30. And 3 is my $4.95, which means I'm super, super close to $5. And, you know, I mean, you have like, you know, a centimeter here, a half a centimeter representing 50 increments. So it might be a little bit off, but for the most part, you can kind of see, if you estimated right, at least your straight line through the origin, okay? All right, so here's the deal with this though. Every time I want to graph a story here, do I have to go through this, making this table and putting these order pairs and doing all this? The answer is no. We're going to talk next about a shortcut. And the shortcut can be very helpful. So you have this piece of paper in front of you. It says, okay, if I were to skip the story, okay, and take you straight to this y equals 4x. So let's say, hey, I got somebody that's doing $4 per something. I'm getting $4 per lawn. I bought, it costs $4 per pen, whatever. I'm skipping the story and I'm coming straight to this and I'm saying, graph that. Okay. Normally what we would do is I'd have you take a table and I'd have you do the 0, 0, 1, 4, 2, it takes too much time. Let's use a shortcut. That's what this is all about. Oh my gosh. Now my other cat is literally okay. That's twice. I have 2 cats, by the way, but I'm not a total crazy cat lady. He totally moved the camera. Okay. That's it. We're going for it. So, oh my gosh, Hershey, seriously, that is so funny. And I swear I'll laugh about this again later, but not right now. Because we got to use a shortcut, Hershey. What 2 points do we know for sure are in a table of values? Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Somebody come get Hershey. So what 2 points do we know for sure are in a table of values? Well, the definition of proportional relationship is 0, 0, right? It has to be 0, 0. So I know 0, 0 is a proportional relationship. And you guys, I told you, we're going to talk about this. 1, M. M is your slope. We talked about how if in your table of values, if you have X, Y, and you have 0, 0, the 1 that was with your M, that was with the 1, that was your unit rate. Remember, we talked about following it up here and following it over. So we're not making a table of values. We're not, making all these coordinates. We're just using 0, 0, and 1, M. And so if I just take this equation, y equals 4x, and use the point 0, 0, 1, M, that's all I need to know. 0, 0, 1, 4. How many points do you need to make a line? Just 2. You only need 2 points to make a line, and I don't need a whole table of values. Oh, cat hair everywhere. So I'm going to use my 0, 0, my 1, M is my slope, and I know it's M because I got it from right there, and I am done. I am done. I did not have to make that huge giant table of values and plot them all, okay? So let's take a look at this next one. I have y equals 1/2 x. My 1/2 is my M, okay? This is how much I'm paying for one thing. It's a half a dollar. It's 50 cents. It's a half of whatever. And so if I say, well, I know because the equation fits the form that it needs to be in order to be proportional, right, which is the y equals mx, then I know for sure that it contains the 0.00, and I know for sure that the value in front of that, is my m. Those are the 2 points that I need. And so I need the 0.00, 1 comma 1/2, and I am good to go. So I have my 0, and my 1 comma 1/2. I don't need a bunch of points. I only need 2. And that's all that I used. And I just graphed that equation using the shortcut, okay? And so now when I show you this next example that you have in front of you, I'll do the first one with you, and then I want you to try the second one. A jet is traveling at a rate of 750 miles in 5 hours, but guess what? Pain in the butt. Well, I could cross at least these two out. I'll use these. I have to figure out, first of all, how much this jet is traveling in 1 hour, right? Because that's what unit rate is. That's what slope is. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this calculator, and I'm going to say, okay, 750 miles in 5 hours gives me a speed of 150 miles in 1 hour. As soon as I have that, 750 divided by 5 is 150. I know I have my unit rate. Y is equal to 150 miles per hour. That's all I need, which means I know that if I'm not moving, that if no time has gone by that I haven't moved, and then I'm going to use the 0 and the 1 comma m, and in this case that's 1 comma 150. Now, I do have like a blank graph here, so you need to know that this is the number of hours, because that's our independent. This is the number of miles. This is going to give us a little bit of practice, organizing this range here. So if I need to go up to 150, let's say 300, 450, let's just go by 100s. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay? And so I don't really even need to go that far, because all I need to know is that 1 is going to go 150, and 2 will, actually I don't even need more than that, because I have my 0. I can stop. This is a perfect, I'm so used to doing the full table with you guys. You need 2 points to make a line. If I drew my line, I want to point one thing out to you. If I tip my ruler just a millimeter, that could totally, because if you know he's going 150, then I know that 3 should be, if 2 is 300, 3 should be at about 450. Well, actually, I did pretty good. So I only need those 2. All right, I want you to take a minute to figure out. Go ahead and pause this video. Don't worry about the table. Don't worry about all these ordered pairs. I just need you to be able to write the equation, find the unit rate, find the slope. If she's riding 9 miles in 1.5 hours, how much is she riding in 1? Find what you think it's going to be miles per hour. Here's your huge hint. Remember that this is the number of hours. That's your time. This y-axis will represent miles. You know it's going to be this. The key literally is to find one more point. So pause the video and go ahead and give that a shot. Okay. So I have 9 miles divided by 1.5 hours. That means she's going at a rate of 6 miles an hour, which is pretty good for a bike if you consider you go like 25 down a side street in a car. So my equation for her would be 6 miles an hour. I'm going to put that 6 right here, which means I have 0, 0 and 1, 6, because that is my M. And I'm going to go, we'll just go by 2s. Let's go by, let's go by 2, 4, 6. I probably could have gone. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll just do this. 2, 4, 6. It's a little steeper, but whatever. I could have changed. It's a good point for you to see if I change this axis to say 5, 10, 15, that totally takes that point and puts it like right here then instead. And then 2 would be 12. And so altering this axis just changes how that would look for you. So I only need 2 points to make a line. There it is. So the shortcut is going to be referred to as 0, 0, 1, comma, M. You need 2 points to make a line. That's how you're going to graph a proportional relationship. Find the slope and pick those 2 points. Okay, I'm gonna go play with my cats now because they obviously need my attention.